have to try and control myself because if I get too excited, I get too squeaky. And I would like people to think that I have hit puberty at some point in my life. But g'day guys, my name's Josh. You can call me JaWoodle, and welcome to 7 Days 2.0. It's the new update. There's actually a decent amount of new things in this update too. So I thought that today, instead of this being day one of the new series I'll be playing for a little while, I thought today we could just explore the new update, see what's new, see what's changed, see everything new in 7 Days to Die 2.0. So to do that, this is just a bulk stock world. It's completely vanilla, no mods, no anything, just generated a bulk stock standard world. Day one to see how we spawn in. We've immediately got a new notification. The Duke has left you a note to read. Is there anything new in you? Nah, it's all the same as always. All right, well, some things never change, but still just gonna throw that immediately on the ground. We've got some new item icons as well, and also, like, the things that are actually in your hand are different now as well. They're no longer just bland pieces of cardboard, but we'll get to that in a little bit. There's one thing I want to have a look at first. It's the most exciting new change. We have new zombies. So there are two new zombies. There's the, that's not how you spell things. There's the Plague Spitter, and there's also the Frost Claw, I think it's called. Frost Claw. You're a proper abominable snowman looking, Jeffrey. You'd be right in place in Monsters, Inc. So we've got a very dusty bloke and a very snowy bloke. I like them though, they look cool. I like the glow inside his mouth as well. Just gonna quickly murder you. I'll come back to you later on. I want to have a gander at the Plague Spitter first. There's a lot of things that I want to have a look at you for. How you work, why you work, and what your attacks are. So if I get you running about a bit, so you're supposed to vomit like a plague. Yeah, here we go. A plague of a swarm of bugs at me, which is just you. Now I did see, so these bugs are supposed to be bulletproof or immune to range damage and can only be done with some melee. So if I typed in melee, it's just the word that was on my brain. Sure, we'll grab an axe. So with you, if I turn on God mode, I can see your health. Okay, so you're not completely immune to bullets. That's nice to know. Can you throw some more at me, please? I want to see what happens if I use the axe on you instead. So I can't tell if they're just like a bunch of bees or if they're like the old school hornets just shrunken down, but they've got the red eyes that the new, like, feral animals have. Actually, what I want to see, so just like a copper, if you go to vomit at me, if I shoot you midway through, do you stop the attack? Because you can pause a cop vomit by by interrupting them and shoot them before they get the kebab out. Interesting. I'll try that again just to make doubly sure of it. You wanna have a yak? Yeah, there we go. No, and in fact, I stopped the animation. But even with that, you still got the bugs out. Right. Very interesting. That's gonna make horde knots of things a bit of a problem. You show up during the horde and I can't stop you vomiting at me? That's interesting. You do look cool though. Oh, there's some glowiness in your mouth as well. If you want to open your gob like, yeah, there you go, like you're at the dentist. It's kind of like you're a pissed off dragon. There's some red glow back there, but you do look really cool. Very, very dusty, very diseasey. I believe that you're spitting the plague. You look infectious. I want to see how these bugs actually react and how they interact. Oh! So you act like a vulture. Oh, you could find multiples of these things at once. You get a full swarm going. Oh, okay, that's a bit more of a problem. But look, it like has a little peck and then flies away. That's how vultures act. You're throwing a third at me as well. Although they seem to time out, there's still only two here. There's the two and the third, and then one has disappeared. Okay, so only really two at a time, potentially more, but the timeout will stop them. But it comes in, swoops, and goes away again. So I wonder, do you not act as a projectile? In fact, you have an entity name too. So rather than it being like a projectile like the cop vomit, it just spawns effectively a vulture, but it's skinned like a swarm of bees that flies around in the same pattern we're used to. Interesting. What I want to know then, because normally when I build like a horde base or something, I'll use SMG auto turrets as AA, as anti-vulture stuff, just aim up at the sky, vultures show up, and I don't have to worry about them. Is that still going to be the case with these? If you act like a vulture, can I fight you like a vulture? I'll turn you on, grab my wire tool, quickly wire up you, make sure your ammo's locked and aim you up a little bit. So if I stand here, can you give you a little tickle so you're really mad at me? Can you protect me? Here we go, against the bugs. Yes, you can. All right, we're good. We're good. Our anti-aircraft stuff still works. The turrets will save me from bugs. Perfect. Sorry, Fun Pimps. I'm sure you worked really hard on those bug swarms, and I've mildly nullified it immediately. They're gonna start giving me early access to this game eventually. I keep ruining all their fun. Okay, we're good, we're fine. So that's the Plague Spitter. Really cool design. I like having new zombies to play with. Plus it's an extra ranged zombie, which I think is really good and desperately needed. If we don't have bandits, at least we can have some extra dynamics to the battles. Let's have a gander though at the Frost Claw. G'day, Copper. You're real big and real sketchy. And you'd throw rocks at me? Hang on. You stay right there, please. That did damage to the ground. That changed. Interesting. That changed the texture. So that actually did damage to the blocks. Can I get like a nail gun? Can I see how much damage you did? Holy shit, did you do some damage? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. That's bitumen as well. That's like properly tough stuff. And you did that much damage from one boulder. Holy crap, you're gonna be like a demolisher, but way worse. You're like a bloody trebuchet. A trebuchet on legs. The pinnacle of siege weaponry. So do you just keep throwing rocks the whole time? At least it's relatively slow, but it acts like it's more of like, it's just a boulder. It's not actually doing damage to you. It's gonna destroy your bases. Can I do anything about it though? Ow. No, how much damage does it actually do though? Can I get you to hit me with it? Go on, hit me right in the face. Right in the face. Smear me. Oh my god, that did a lot. 60 damage and it stunned me as well. That's pretty bad. Can I shoot? Like, you know what I need? You know what I need? I've got him paused in mid-air. Sorry about that, champion. Can I get you to throw that? Can I shoot this out of the air? I brought a shotgun because I feel like skeet shooting is the way to do it. And no, I can't. I couldn't even reload the shotgun fast enough to shoot it again. But I was lined up perfectly and you still made it through. Here we go, try again. Nah. Okay, so you can't skeet shoot the rocks out of the air. I kind of wish that was a thing, because then if you're paying attention, you can defend yourself a bit, but they move slow enough that it's less of a problem. But it also means that you wouldn't be able to like save your base. If he throws the rock, then whatever it's going to land on, there's no pulling that back again. You do look kind of cool though. This is another cool design. They've done well on this. Wait, we'll try this. I have my AA systems down here. Turn you back on again. Here we go. You want to throw one of your pebbles at me, please? So look in front of the turret, or else you're going to get shot too. Go turret. Go turret. Turret didn't do enough. I mean, yeah, I suppose breaking you down will do the job too. Okay. That's a problem. That's even more of a problem. I mean, if the placement of strike on a hold nut was going to be an issue, that is going to destroy so much stuff. Okay. I'm going to build myself a little wall, and given that he is basically a trebuchet, I'm going to make it very thematic and build it like a little castle with the crenellations on top. You like that. So I've got a concrete wall. I want to see how much damage this guy does to a concrete wall. I'm right here. Give it to me, baby. That'll do nicely. Perfect. There was a good amount of splash damage on that. I was a decent way away, and it still hurt me. How much damage did you do? 600 damage to concrete. In fact, maybe a little bit more in some places as well. So not like an immediate, your base is rubble, but over time, over the course of a horde night, yeah. This might be the biggest problem with 2.0. I'm not excited to fight you. How do you beat you? All of my nice feelings from undoing the bug spit is immediately gone away. Right, that's going to take some doing. I'm going to have to figure that guy out. I'm going to move on before I discover some more vulnerabilities to these new zombies. If there's a patch, if there's a patch to this that makes the bugs immune to turrets, and I'm very sorry. I'm very sorry, everyone. But there is one other new addition to 2.0, and that is the new Grace the Pig. If you remember what she used to look like, just a big ball, glowing green like a regular radiated. But now, look at the gob on it. You've been Joker-fied. It's like if Heath Ledger was a pig with the big scars all up the side of your face. But now you have a proper, unique model for you. Red glowing eyes, big tusks, one's been broken, and as sick as Dick's mohawk as well. Ooh. You might need to patch some things up though. Look at your spine too. Oh, and a little wiggly tail. Oh, how cute. You've got 3,000 health on you as well. Should we see how much damage you do? Should we put ourselves on the line for science? Come on, Gracie. Come give us a nibble. What's a bite on the buttocks between friends? You're pretty slow. So I'm just on like regular speed. Zombies jog during the day on this world, and that's your pace? Nowhere. New sound effects for your little hooves as well, but you're not quick. The old one used to sprint around, was a real big problem, but you're nowhere near as fast. You're a big, like, trundling tractor. It's like you're plowing a field. Okay, I mean, you look scary, but I think the challenge of you is diminished somewhat. Just by being slower. Plenty of time to put plenty of rounds in you. Dropping down into Bob's balls isn't so too much of a problem now. You do drop a red loot bag, though, just like you should. What if that's still the case? Oh, cheeky cup of coffee. Coffees and frothies. You saw me coming a mile away, didn't you, Gracie? Didn't you, Gracie girl? Look at that. It was meant to be. Don't shake your head. I love you now. I actually did just notice as I was clearing up the corpse. Oh, that took a lot more damage out of me than last time. That did a full 70 out of you. Apparently she got me in the sweet spot. But check out the ears. I just noticed as I was clearing it out, you've got pig's ears, but you've got the same ears. So are you an elf? Actually, what ears does a white have? The white's just got regular human ears. That's not especially exciting. Is there mythology in 7 days now? You'll come from somewhere, and I don't think it's reality. Okay, the next thing on my list is not only just new zombies, there's new zombie types as well, which you probably noticed when I was trying to spawn them in before. So you've got regular zombies, you've got feral zombies, I'll move just the right here. Yeah, so you've got the classic zombies, you've got the regular zombie that shuffles around, does a bit of damage, you've got the feral ones that sprint at you and do more damage, plus the radiators, but now you've got these as well. You've got the charged and you've got the infernal. So you've now got 5 tiers of zombies. And actually, importantly to note as well, that if I go back and I try and search Arlene again, the lower tier zombies, like the regular fodder zombies, like Arlene, sorry Arls, don't come in these new blue and orange types, the charged and the infernal types. It's only the higher tier zombies that do that. So regular zombies are only going to get to radiators, but the bigger tier ones, like the bows, the bikers, the whites, like things that go up the tree, they can start spawning in as these guys. So according to this, the blue ones, I'm not going to call them charged. It's just, I'm never going to, that word isn't going to come to the front of my mouth when I need it to. They're just going to be the blue ones. The blue ones have a higher game stage than rads. They're supposed to be faster and attack faster than the regular radiator. So I'm going to put that to the test, have a little race. Give you a tickle, and you a tickle, and ready, set, go. How much faster are you? Oh, you're a decent amount faster as well. I think. Maybe? Maybe not, actually. I'm not sure that was completely, what's the word I'm looking for? I'm not sure what the word is. The word that means, like, the results were clear as crystal. There's a word for that. I can't remember what it is. I'm gonna try it again. Hit you both, and just want to see if the rad... I reckon that rad's faster. Oh, never mind. He was gone a little bit slow there for a second. Then he's up to full pace. His speed's a bit staggered though. The rad is like a nice smooth acceleration, but so now you're slow, then you're fast. So you have like a dash maybe? Slow then fast, slow then fast. So you can dash faster, but your regular run's slower? Okay. That's good information to know though. Doesn't make you necessarily worse than the rad. The rad's just like constantly quick, but you occasionally get real fast and have that little dash about you. Next thing I wanted to see is if you have healing like a regular rad does, and you do. Going up reasonably quick. Are you resistant to stuff then? What about melee? Now you're taking damage properly and you took damage from bullets. What about maybe a potentially resistance of fire? Although that might be more of the orange guys than the blue guys, but if you're cool, if you have like internal cooling, nah, you're not resistant to fire, you burn like the rest of us. Unlucky champion. Maybe the orange guys be resistant to it. This is what I'm here to do. We're exploring all the new stuff. So the next one is the Infernal, the orange guys. This is the top tier of the zombies. I do like it as well. I like that the glow of the zombies isn't too pervasive. Like, it used to be like way back in the day with the rads. They had like a real like smoke effect to them. But now there's just like that internal glow, and I quite like that design choice. So do you heal as well? I assume you're going to. Yes, you do. But what looks like the normal rates. Oh, what about how much is your health though? What are the health levels? I spawned in my little chorus, my little contingent of bosses. So you've got about 200, you've got about 550, then 800. So the big jump between the regular and the feral. So 800, and another 500 up to 1100, 1200 on you, and then 1500. So you're worth like 7.5 regular zombies. You're pretty tanky. So one thing that was mentioned about these guys, it was kind of mentioned offhand, but when I heard the devs say it, it kind of like perked my ears up. I think these guys do a lot of damage against buildings, and I'm wondering if they have a buff against concrete. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to quickly grab some cobblestone and some concrete and see how you go against it. Like if I'm just doing the age-old trick of just nerd polling up, we'll go one more. Like how quickly are you going to destroy this? You're going 250 a swing. Oh, you missed that one. There you go. You can't decide which block you want to hit, but you are destroying it pretty quick. So 250 a pop on cobble. Built myself a little concrete spire, sat myself on top, shoot a nail into you to get you annoyed at me. You're still doing 250. So you don't have a buff against concrete. I was really curious about that because, I mean, everything you build is basically out of concrete, so I was wondering if you just be like a one-man wrecking ball. But it's still only oh, for goodness sake, you hit what I'm looking at, please. There you go, 250 a pop on both. That's fine. Just for argument's sake, I've chucked on a wood spire as well, so I can get you to hit that one for me. Still 250. Although there's just not enough health in the wood. Oh, knackers, you flattened yourself. Not enough health in the wood to last too long at all. Okay, so you do 250 a swing. Gotcha. In the name of science, I have to know what kind of damage you do to me as well. Give you a little hit. Get over here, please. Give us a swing. 25. That's actually not that much. Hang on a second. Hit me again, please. Like Britney Spears. Hit me one more time. Still only 25. What do the charge guys do then? Charge, you hit me as well. Get my health back. Thank you. Take a swing. So you do more. Was that just like a lucky hit? Go back up to full. No, consistently. So the blue guys do 10 more damage than the orange ones do. That kind of leans more into what I thought it was going to be, where the orange guys are base killers, whereas the blue guys are people killers. Gotcha. Okay. That might change when we go ahead, but as like a rule of thumb for now, I'm happy with that. That about does it for the new additions for the zombies into the game. But there is, speaking of new additions, there's some big changes. The skill trees are all different now. So we've still got perception, strength, fortitude, agility, and intellect. But now we have... so good. So we've wanted this for so long. We finally have the general skill tree for perks that don't really line up into, like, strength, for example. In fact, minus 69er isn't in here, and neither is motherload. Those are two that I definitely feel like should be in the general tree rather than the strength tree. I know it means to do more damage to blocks, but that's kind of a skill that you need regardless of how you're playing the game. So that in my mind, 69er and motherload should be in the general tree. I hope they change that. It feels like it makes more sense to me. But you got Master Chef in here, farming, lockpicking, lucky looter, and your armors. Good change. Good change. I rate that. There's a bunch of changes through here as well. Like an awful lot of change. If I go to Skull Crusher, for example, so it's no longer you get to the max level of your weapon and that's all you've got, but you've also got in the books, there's been a revamp for that as well. So Sledge Saga, refill your stamina with each power attack kill. That is incredible. What about in Batter Up, power attacks that kill your enemy will refill your stamina meters. Was that the case for all the melee stuff then? No, it's different for knives. So Sneak Attack with knives deal extra 200% damage at night. Don't really like that. I think personally, I'd rather all of the melee weapons, when you get that final kill with a power attack, it refills your stamina bar. That I feel like is something that's applicable for every skill tree. This one is a certain type of game style that could probably be a different thing. If I go back to agility, deep cuts, See, that like your max level deep cuts or your max level stealth, I feel like, should give you the extra 200%. Oh, yeah. That would sway me out of going blades then, because if you get that big boy stab right in the face and murder your zombie, you should get your stamina back. That's a good perk to have. So Spears has the same one, kills with Spears, refills his stamina. That made Spears so good before. I'm glad they've taken that idea and applied it to other ones. What about axes though? Sprint longer and never encumbered in the burnt forest or wasteland. That's actually pretty sick. And 50% more damage with chainsaws. I long for the day. In fact, you know what? We're going to test it. We're going to test it. I long for the day that the chainsaw becomes a good, viable weapon. But it's not built for the slurry of a body. It's like it should do real high damage and super high dismember to zombies, but also damage the chainsaw faster. Kind of like that balance for it. But if I have a chainsaw and I have a zombie, how good are you? Nah, see, already too long. Way too long. It took his arm off, but that should slice and dice. Like instant decap, instant dismember straight away, but just ruin the chainsaw's internals and you need repair kits more often. One day we'll get that. A boy can dream. The other thing that I saw is each one of these skill trees now has a mastery all the way through. Insulet's got mastery. Those are different spots. So how do you do the mastery stuff? Vehicles 2% less damage. How do you unlock it though? Just with regular skill points. There's not like challenges to do that. It's just get to a high level and spend the skill points. Stun button charge is always, holy shit. Stun button charge is always ready. That's insane. That's actually insane. That may have made, oh geez, I'm about to say some words. That may have made the stun button not just pretty good, but properly good. Instant always charge. Stun button only takes 2 hits to charge and that's incredible. That's incredible. So every swing is a charge hit with the stun button. All right. Fair. You know what? If you're master the intellect tree, if you're the master of the buttons, fair play. Back when the buttons first came out, I hated it because it didn't have like a charge wheel. You couldn't take a moment to like reload your button and charge it up manually. Don't need it if you got that. If it's always charged, what do you need it for? So the agility one is to do with bows. Fully drawn bow shots bypass enemy armor, dealing full damage plus an extra 25%. Another good change. It gives you a reason to really draw back that bowstring, whereas before there wasn't any difference between just like a quick fire shot and a fully drawn shot. So I like that change. Fortitude mastery. Your fortitude makes you harder to break, permanently adds an extra 50 max health. Whatever. It's a bit neither here nor there. They can't all be wins. Kills with strength-based weapons grant 50% damage resistance for 10 seconds. That's going to go really nicely hand in hand with, well, especially clubs and sledgehammer styles of play, so that's good. What about perception? Rifle shots deal 50% more damage. 25. Spear and rifle primary attacks cause rifle causes bleeding damage. Harvest steel from cars. And harvest jukes from cushion seating. Okay, so that was already a thing, but that's a bit neither here nor there as well. But the intellect one, the intellect and the agility one are really good. I've just noticed this though, in the fortitude tree, siphoning strikes. With every hit you take a piece of them, your first taste of combat fuels you. Melee kills grant 2 HP. So kind of like what you had with the Knuckles when you had the books where you could get health back was 1 HP back for every hit. And it's for melee kills as well, not melee hits. Okay. So you just kind of just gobble on the corpses. When you kill a zombie, you take some of their life back to you. The battlefield is your feast, and the fallen are your meal. Full zombie vampire spec. I was having a look to see if there was any other unique and new skills, and there's this one, which I think might be the last new addition, but it's got me frothing, got me a little bit tickled like I'm Elmo. Specializing the ability to ragdoll enemies with clubs, bats, and sledgehammers. Sprinting power attacks with clubs, bats, and sledgehammers have a 10% chance to ragdoll. 20, 30, 40, 50. Another thing that I've wanted in this game for so long, if I charge in and using all my momentum, all my inertia, and swing hard for the fences and hit a zombie in the face, it's always annoyed me that I kind of did the same amount of damage as everything else, but now, 50% chance to ragdoll if you run in there and swing. I like that too. These are good changes. Credit where credit's due. I like how this is done. I still think 69er and Motherload need to be in general perks. 69ing is a general perk that everyone should have, but you know what? It's fine. This is mostly all good. Unfortunately though, after singing the praises, we're all over here. After singing the praises of some of these new updates, it's time to talk about one that I don't really like all that much. So biome progression is now locked. Similar to how the Rebirth mod has it, where you have to do a certain amount of things in the Pine Forest, for example, to unlock the ability to go to the next biome. That is now the case in vanilla as well. Now, I will tell you, there is a setting when you load the world, you can turn this off, which I'm really glad they gave it the option to. So if I wander in, turn God mode off actually, if I wander in to the desert biome, I'm overheating, there's some gubs on my screen, and a waste of smoothie will help extend your survival time. Okay, I'll look at the smoothies in a second, but there's a debuff that ticks up. I wasn't sure if that overheating debuff was the biome debuff, or if it was just because it was hot in the desert. Thick smoke chokes the air. Yeah, here we go. So now, unless I get the perk that allows me to go to the biome, I'm gonna have things like this. A burn smoothie will extend your survival time. So you can make smoothies that make life a little bit better when you go to a different biome. So kind of like a Rebirth actually, where you can take the vitamins to save off the effects. This is the same thing. Okay, so if I use you, how much time does that give me in the burn biome? 7 minutes. So it keeps the effects off for 7 minutes. Gotcha. Okay, that's not too bad. I'm gonna take it back off again though. So it's smoke in the burn forest. It's overheating in the desert, which means it's probably gonna be something like hypothermia or something in the winter. Hang out here for a second. You are shivering, and so as you go up the tiers of the biomes, you get less and less time. So it was 3 minutes in the burn forest. It was 2 minutes in the desert, 1 minute in the winter biome, which means it's probably gonna be like half a minute, 30 seconds in the wasteland. Here's the wasteland with their new wasteland trees, which I really like. I like that change. 30 seconds. 30 seconds until the green goo takes me. I want to see how quickly the wasteland debuff might take my health away. I know that it ticks away slowly in the burn forest. And it's, okay, it's pretty slow. It's pretty slow. It's not that bad. That's okay. That's not bad at all. I'm going to get back out of here then. So, to go to the biomes properly, to go there without taking damage, you need to do... Yeah, here we go. So in the challenges, you've got this new menu. You've got basics, advanced, like we had before, and the biomes. So to unlock the badge, that means you don't take damage when going there, you have to do these challenges, which is fine in and of itself. The thing that I don't like, this is just my opinion, by the way, but I'm going to say it loudly on the internet, so therefore I'm correct. The thing I don't like about this is it's just a badge like you're a Boy Scout. Instead of making it like an actual item, how I think it could have been better done is like going to the trader or something, doing these quests and going to the trader. He then gives you like a firefighting mask so you can go to the burn biome. Because it goes up in this little slot up here. In fact, hang on a second. I'll do the quest so we can see what it is. So you can't actually have a crack at the biome challenges until you've done the first tier of basics and survival. Not a big deal. Usually do that stuff anyway. So to get to the burn biome, where any non-primitive armor, harvest 5 mushrooms, craft a burnt smoothie. Want to have a look at that one. Apparently we've got an apocalyptic blender in our pocket. Harvest 500 nitrate powder. Kill burnt in the burnt forest. So you got to use the smoothie to go to the burnt forest to kill the burnt in the burnt forest. Sure. Loot any container 5 times and spend 20 minutes. 20 minutes in the burnt forest. That's a lot of smoothies. So these smoothies, got atomic smoothie, burnt smoothie, frostbite smoothie, oasis smoothie, that's for the desert, and the yucca juice smoothie that I don't know how to make. So there's no recipe for this. There's no like having to unlock it. You just know how to make it to start with. You need coal, plant fibers, mushrooms, and water. So if I go coal, have some of that. Takes 2 minutes to craft. It's in your pocket to shake it up. So when you do all that, you get one of these, the Biome Badge. See, this is what I mean. It could have been so cool. We already had the old armor systems, the old clothing systems, which would have made a whole lot more sense. Like to get a rad suit, just giving you just this mysterious badge, especially when you've already got the slot for it. Give me an item. Give me a rad suit helmet to go to the wasteland biome. Give me, I don't know, like a snow cap or something to go to the winter biome. Give me one of those, like, those cool, like, I forgot what they're called, like the desert scarf things, the head scarf things. I don't care. Give me like a parasol or something. I don't mind, but like an item that makes sense in world. Or, and yeah, like a gas mask to go to the burn biome. Things that in the universe would be rare and you have to get them from the traders by doing the quests, rather than just being this thing, just a random badge, is just nothing. There could have been an item that makes sense, and I think that's a missed opportunity. And hopefully, maybe down the track they'll change that, but like, this is the system they're going with. I don't like that it gates progression. I don't like being forced to start the Pine Forest every time. I like that I can turn it off, because I probably will, but that's what they've chosen to go with. That's what we have. That's what we're dealing with. That's the new system. I don't know. Maybe I'm totally off base. Maybe you guys like this. If you guys like this system or don't like this system, whatever, that's what the comment section is for. Tell me what you think about it because, I mean, those are my opinions, but I'm always curious what you guys think. Maybe I'm just completely off base, and I won't know unless someone tells me. Just realized that I've already been exploring this update for an hour now, and there's still more things I've got to get through. It's the Storms Brewing update. We've gone through everything else, but we haven't had a look at the storms yet. Which actually, we've just gone through something that I don't particularly like about this update. Let's talk about something that I really like about this update. So the reason I like this so much is it adds an extra layer of jeopardy to a game that, for the most part, doesn't really have any unexpected turn of events. There's no like disasters or anything, nothing really to throw you off your normal rhythm. But with this, say you're out exploring somewhere, off doing your own little raid, and then suddenly... there we go. So, if you're just cruising around the world, exploring things, whatever, a storm might kick up and you get 60 seconds to try and find somewhere to take shelter. I really like this idea. It's like it throws some variability into the game a little bit and makes everything a bit more dicey. Because now what? And now I've got to find somewhere, seek shelter somewhere. I don't even, there's nowhere else around. I guess this will have to do. I've got 10 seconds. 10 seconds, got to get inside somehow and get out of the weather. Just like this. Does this count as shelter? I really hope so. Seek shelter now. So I've got 12 seconds before I start taking damage. This does not count as shelter. Am I not sheltered in here? I suppose there's no windows. What about this then? What about this? Is this going to count as it? It's like a little campsite. No, there's nothing here either. So this is what I mean though. Now I have a problem. I'm dying slowly because I can't find a house. This will do. This will do. Trader Bob. Trader Bob, I'm here. You are safe from the storm. So I have to shelter with Bobby Boy until the storm rolls by. That is a really, really cool idea. I mean, storms have been brewing, now storms are here. Okay, well, if you get caught in a position like that, what do? You still get damage from storms in vehicles. You just gotta find somewhere to get out of the weather. What I do want to know though, while this storm's going, I want to have a bit of a check. So like that caravan, that didn't count as shelter. You count as shelter? This little trailer does. Right, interesting. So could I just build my own little shelter somewhere and make that work? Is it me though, by the way, or is there more zombies wandering around the world? I feel like there's more zombies now. All right, so I'm currently taking damage. If I go like this, just build like a little box. There's a little box somewhere for me to take some refuge in. Like you. Yeah, I know I'm getting hurt. We're gonna go just 3 high, slap a roof on that bad boy. That doesn't count. So how much of a building counts as a building? Or do I need to go, hang on a second, I need to put like some extra pieces in the corner so there's no contact at all with the outside world. How's that? No, that doesn't count either. Can I board myself in? There we go. I'm safe from the storm. I'm stuck inside a little death capsule, but it's fine. We're safe now. I wonder if it does the same thing if I just chuck a door on the front. It does. So you've got to like, you can't just be in like a little cave kind of thing. You actually got to like shelter yourself. I do want to then see, so I'll get rid of you and the frame that you came in on. What if I put like a little junction in the corner so I'm not like looking out at the weather? There's an elbow in it to keep the storm weather out. Go like you, go like you. I mean, that's a tiny little, yeah, okay. So you don't need a door as such, you just need to have no like contact to an outside block. Okay, that makes sense. I like that. So is that then going to be the same if I dig a hole? So if I get really strung up, if I have no other options like before, if I dig a little hole in the ground, I'm still not in shelter. Still not in shelter. How far do I have to go before I'm in shelter then? There we go. Right at the very end over here. So how many blocks away from the exposure is that? 1, 2, 3, 4. Standing on the 5th block. So 5 blocks underground, you're safe. 4 blocks, no good. I've turned the storms back off again. It's a nice, beautiful sunny day all over again. Oh, I mean, it was a nice sunny day until I had to be anywhere near Trader Wrecked. The first thing I'm going to do in 2.0 again is rip out both him and Huey Boy's vocal lines and just have them be silent instead. Oh, I almost forgot. Get all you out of the way. So the new items, new handheld items all have new skins. It's also the same, or there's new things with, another one just there, isn't it? Grab you. There's also, the steroids had a new animation to it, or grab you. Maybe first aid kit's different as well. I'll take that one. Just search food. Take them all. Take them all. Let's have a look at all of yours and see what you got going on. So the coffee just looks like murky, sandy water. You don't unscrew the lid, but that's okay. The frothy. Do the coffees and frothies look exactly the same now? Hold on a second. Grab you back again. I mean, there's a bit more of an amber tinge on the frothy than there was before. Fair enough, though. Chuck that one in as well. How do the waters look? Just like blue, foamy soap detergent. The cans now have a proper opening and eating animation. I love that. Are all the cans going to be the same? Yeah, they are. Somehow, that's even more gross than it used to be. The bandage looks like a bandage. You're some yellow tea. So the tuna sandwich is just a little brown paper parcel. I wonder if that's going to be the same for the other foods as well. Yeah, okay. So the hot dogs and the tuna sandwich, there's another, like, a new default, I guess, item skin that it doesn't have a proper one. So those two are the same. Gumbo stew and regular stew look basically identical. In fact, I think they actually just are identical. Fair enough then. Steak and spuds looks like... I don't even know what that looks like, but okay. Hunks of meat and some really old eggs. You look like stew. Oh, okay, the syringe. Look at that. Does a little flick of the wrist on it as well. Bloody cool. You look like a bandage. That does not look like spaghetti, but okay then. And the meat has the same parcel. So it's better. Not everything has its own item skin, but it is better than what it used to be. It's better than the old, like, just piece of cardboard we used to gobble all the time. I don't think there was much more on my list left to check. There is this cosmetic system now. So if you find armor out in the world somewhere, like my boots, for example, if I find these boots, my preacher boots, I can scrap them and that will turn into a skin that I can wear regardless of what boots I actually have on. In fact, I need something on my feet. Yeah, so now that I have my primitive shoes on, I can go into my cosmetics locker and I can make it look like I'm wearing the preacher boots. And it looks like I'm wearing them, but I still only have all the stats and attributes of the primitive shoes of whatever I'm actually wearing. It just looks a bit different. I'll be honest, I mean, I was honest about the other things I don't like. I don't like this. This feels like just a system for DLCs. There's already a DLC option in the main menu, so there will be cosmetic DLCs down the road. I don't feel like this has any function in the actual game. I'm not sure how it would have any function. Like, if you wanted to look like the assassin, you would just wear the assassin's stuff. So I'm not really sure how this actually integrates in just like a non-DLC game, but I guess we'll see how it gets integrated in later on. But that could be it. I mean, DLCs are fine. This could just be the vehicle for the DLC system, but that's how the cosmetic locker works. Gonna quickly just awkwardly insert this into what you just saw because I forgot to check a moment ago. Can you dye armor? It looks red. You can put the dye into it, but does it actually... No, it doesn't look red on your person. What about like an outfit then? Just to make doubly sure, got a blue suit, modify you, chuck in the red dye, still blue suit. So we still can't dye our outfits. I missed that. We have all this personalization stuff now, but still no ability to dye our clothing. We've lost so much. Okay, one more thing, and then we'll wrap this up. I'm getting way too carried away, and I've been recording for way too long. There's too many new things for me to explore. I'm having too much fun. We noticed with Gracie Pig, when she was walking around, there's a bunch of new sound designs in the game. But there's one sound that we've always been missing, so we have to know. We have to know. In 2.0, do bells go bong? No! 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 Bells have to go bong! Oh! It could have been glorious. It could have been top tier. There is no bong in this bell. Oh! Sad. I'm so sad now. That could have been so good. Damn it. Oh, well, listen, you can't win them all. There's a lot of good stuff in the 2.0 update. I like a lot of it, but we were so close. We were so close to perfection. A bee's frigid doodle away. Damn it. Ah, well. Oh, well, that's okay. So I'm going to wrap this episode up, though. That's like day 1 of the new 2.0 update. It is streamer weekend at the moment as you're watching this, so tomorrow will be another video on 2.0, but I'm going to explore some more of the new stuff. I think next time we'll go through the new POIs. There's a bunch of new POIs in the game. Zombies spawn differently in the game. There's a lot of different changes that I want to go and have a look at. So we'll do that tomorrow, and then maybe the next day, the day after that, there's some new AI. There's some new AI, some new blocks, and some new things I want to go and have a gander at as well. Lots of new things over the weekend that I am super excited about. So, if you want to see all of that, make sure you stick around for that one. But I'll have to come back and explore some new stuff in 2.0 in the next episode, because this episode is done. So thank you guys for watching. Most of all, thank you to the patrons of Patreon who made this episode possible. If you liked, make sure you hit the like button down below and subscribe to this channel. Follow me on whatever, and if I don't talk to you there first, I'll see you in the next episode. Have a good one.